The following bout is scheduled for 3 rounds of boxing in the Mixfight Championship 82-kilogram division. Making his way to the ring, representing Turkey, Onur Sahin.
And as you heard, ladies and gentlemen, this one will be under boxing rules. To be honest, if I had to rank which combat sports I'm most interested in personally, boxing would be more towards the bottom. And it's because of these fights that are made where you have one guy who's undefeated, like 7-0, and he's taking on another guy who's got like 3 wins and 47 losses. This is not the case here. Both of these guys are young. Both of these guys are hungry. And both of these guys are undefeated. And it's only 3 rounds of 3 minutes.
His opponent, representing Germany, Rüzgar Demir.
Oh, nice round of applause here for Rüzgar Demir. Undefeated, 5-0, 2 wins coming by way of knockout. Just 18 years old, and here's the thing. 18 years old, undefeated, 5-0. His opponent, 25 years old, undefeated, 4-0. Only 3 rounds to work with. This is the kind of boxing that I love to see. Should be an exciting fight.
The referee for this bout, Tobias Gerold.
I can see in the blue corner there of Onur Sahin. So we take a look at his stats, 25 years old. As I said, 4-0. A couple of knockouts to his credit. He is the older fighter by 7 years at 25 years old. And both fighters are exactly the same height, both 180 centimeters tall. As we take a look at Rüzgar Demir. Here's the thing, Demir is just 18, and so if you follow boxing, you know how detrimental a loss, just one single loss, can be to your career. And what's it going to mean to the career of Rüzgar Demir if he loses this fight at 18 years old? This is a professional boxing match, as far as I know, so this is not amateur. If he loses, I mean, this is do or die. You got 2 boxers here who are undefeated. Oh boy, you can already feel it right when the bell rings that these 2 are not going to waste any time inside the ring right now. There's not going to be any feeling out process. There's not going to be any taking any rounds off. And look how low Onur Sahin was getting there, squatting down like a crab. Both fighters of Turkish descent. Rüzgar Demir representing Germany and Turkey in this one. That's him in the red gloves. See him creeping forward here, inching forward and unloading with the power right hand was Sahin, but he was a little bit out of range. And you can see that things have settled down a little bit in there right now, but don't expect that to happen the whole fight. And look, he's almost got him in a, almost had both his arms underhooked there. Looked like he's going to suplex him over his head. believe that this is actually our only boxing rules contest here of the evening. So if you are a boxing fan, enjoy it, because this is all you're going to get tonight. I think the main focus of this evening is on kickboxing. It's on the two tournaments. They're going to be later tonight. But man, like I said, I love watching these kinds of fights, and you can see just how slick Sahin is at times with his footwork, how quick he's able to close the distance, how he's able to duck and avoid those shots. Oh, wow, did he clock him on the inside there. Good short little right hand on the inside by Onur Sahin. Wow, really mixing it up against the ropes there. Both guys unloading in that exchange. Nice shot. Like the way that Rüzgar Demir is mixing up his punches. Sometimes he starts off low and he goes upstairs, and then sometimes he goes upstairs and then finishes off downstairs, trying to keep his opponent guessing, and that is the end of the opening round. You can see Fabrizio Rubino in the white t-shirt there in the corner of Rüzgar Demir. He'll be fighting later this evening. He's a boxer we've seen on many different occasions here in Mixfight. So we go back and take a look at action from round number 1. Well, I thought that there would be no feeling out process. The way that the round started, they just dug into each other. But then as the round progressed, you could see that there was that little bit of a feeling out process. It started off as both guys just exploding, but then they kind of figured that, hey, maybe let's take a little time to try to figure out how this thing should go. And if they do have it figured out now, then we'll see what happens. They've had 60 seconds now to assess their game plans, get some advice in their corners, and we'll see what happens here in round number 2. Mixed Fight Championship 27 from the Fraport Arena. And as I take a look around here, I can see that this place really starting to fill up here. This is only the second fight of the undercard, but it's still very early this evening here in Germany. But believe me, by the time that the main card kicks off at 9 p.m., things will really be heating up in here. Both guys showing each other some different looks. Oh, and he caught him. Maybe the best shot of the fight so far there for Onur Sahin. Sahin just looks like the bigger fighter to me. He looks slightly bigger and more filled out. He may have had to cut a lot more weight than Demir has, because he looks to have really filled out for this one. Both guys wearing identical shorts and boots in there, and similar hairstyles as well. Makes it hard to tell them apart at times. Whoa, big swing and a miss again there by Sahin. When he drops that big bomb, and referee Tobias Gerald letting him know he's got to keep the head up. But when he does drop that big right hand, a lot of times it's just out of range. There it is again. You can see that Demir just is able to react too quickly. He knows when it's coming, and has been able to avoid it thus far. But if that thing connects again, and it has connected at least once or twice, then it might be game over. all tied up there with about 20 seconds left on the clock. This is round number 2, and remember, folks, this is only scheduled for 3 rounds. I mean, I'll tell you, it wasn't really what I expected it to be, honestly. I thought we'd see a lot more output offensively from both of these gentlemen. Nice exchange there, though, and I think that one really caught him. It looked to me like Onur Sahin caught a big shot, maybe on the right side of his face. And I don't know if he's cut. Well, there we see Demir. I wonder if we can get a shot of the blue corner and take a look at the right side of the face of Sahin. Well, the right side of his face is to the far side of the camera there. You can't see it. But from where oh, there it is. Yep, just when he turned his face, you could see it. There's something under the right eye. It doesn't look like it's a cut. Or is it? Oh, good work there from our production team. There's 2 marks on the right side of his face under his eye. They're not bleeding, but for sure they're present, and they could be bothering him. There was an exchange right at the end of the round, which may be responsible for that. Well, one more round left to go here, and I think it's an important one. Could be the deciding round, deciding on how you scored it. In my opinion, I think that Demir maybe just has got a little bit more work done in there through these 2 rounds, but I could be wrong. You can see a lot of fans who have a particular vested interest in this fight have kind of left their seats and have moved forward here towards the ringside area, just outside the barricade. Trying to get a closer look here. As I mentioned, both guys undefeated. Neither man can afford a loss. And certainly a loss would be a lot more detrimental for Demir in the red corner, who's only 18 years old. This is actually a dangerous fight to take if you're a young, undefeated fighter. But I respect the guts that they both have to agree to this fight. I wish all boxing fights were like this. And I wish it wasn't so in the sport of boxing, that you would have these lopsided fights all the time with, as I mentioned, guys who are undefeated fighting guys who have about 4 wins and 87 losses. You don't see that in kickboxing, and you don't see it in MMA. There's that big clubbing haymaker, that big overhand right of Sahin, but he just, that time it landed. It was more like a straight right that time. He clobbered him with it maybe once, maybe twice in this fight, and I think that's his money shot. And he just has not been able to land it so far. At least not with any regularity. He's just not setting it up properly. He's throwing it from way far away, and he's telegraphing it. And Demir is able to avoid. Oh, and Demir landed a good shot downstairs into the breadbasket. Oh, nice uppercut on the inside. Sahin getting some work in. Inside 30 seconds now. See, yeah, he's just telegraphing it too much. You can see Demir smiling about it and laughing and shaking his head like, nah, that ain't gonna work. 10-second hammer comes down. Oh, he tried to unload with it. And that will bring this fight to a conclusion. And we go to the judges for a decision. Well, Onur Sahin's team seems to think that he won this fight. And there doesn't seem to be that look of confidence in the red corner. So whatever that's worth. Let's go back and take another look here at round number 3, folks. Both guys had their strategies and their game plans. It was very clear through all 3 rounds. Every round was almost a repeat of the other. It was like Groundhog's Day. And we will find out what the judges think about it. How do you have it scored at home? Trying to get the gloves off here. That's easier said than done sometimes. Here we go.
The winner by split decision. In the blue corner, Onur Sahin.
Well, they were right. Onur Sahin's team thought that he won it, and he did.